let's get cracking then. Well, lads, we're back for week 2 of a World Cup podcast, and I think we're going to step up to the mark, and it's going to be a great pod, unlike England did. But here we are. We're going to crack on, lads. How we're feeling? Like literally, like second week. Glad to have you all back again. Like, I don't think I was hoping would have like fully have been confirmed where we're going to be going after tomorrow night's game, but here we are. We've got one more game to play to get through, and hopefully we'll know exactly where we're going and what time the kickoff's going to be. How are you feeling, guys?
Not optimistic, I tell you.
Yeah.
Still waiting for them to step up, to be honest.
Well, tonight we've got my friend and colleague from NSC 360, and now he's definitely got his project of Mags and Matters. We've got Jason with us. We've got one of my resident guys here. Whoa, Rob. Well, he's not got his camera on, but Big C Dog's with me again. Rob, since you're the main man on the screen, what's your thoughts have been since we recorded the last pod?
In terms of England, I'm not really overreacting with England because I think Ghana defended well, and I think when you look at Spain drawn against Cape Verde as well, it's not really much to overreact about it. I think Ghana defended. I think Ghana are a good team, to be honest. I think they're a really good team.
And I think cracking set to be fair. Like,
it's hard to break down.
1-0 France.
Every man, I've seen that Dembele. When they put every man behind the ball, it's hard to break it down. Like, we're not going to be playing against those kind of teams in the knockouts. So I'm not really overreacting. We should still be Panama Cup Club anyway. So
does anyone watch Adam Cleary, by the way?
The name rings a
journalist.
No, he does a YouTube channel. Used to do 442, and then he made his own. I think it was him who made a point. No one who's had more than 70% possession has won a game yet. I think Portugal was the first one to do it. So obviously you mentioned about low blocks. Like, it's not just an England problem; it's a problem for all the big teams, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, even when you look at, like, I know that I'm not saying England are going to win the World Cup, but like when you look at Argentina at the last World Cup, they got beat off Saudi Arabia in the group stages, and like at the time that was a massive shock and stuff like that. But they went on and won the World Cup, so one group game doesn't really define your entire tournament. I don't think.
Certainly not. No.
So
certainly not.
No, definitely not.
Jason, what's your thoughts, mate? Also loving the background.
I thought we should have beaten them. I think that is, you're saying that you're not worried, but that's a team that we should be beating. I've seen a lot of social media posts, and everyone said, obviously, it's the same thing under Southgate, but I don't know. It's one of those ones. You never know what you're going to come up against. I think that's why the World Cup football's the best, because you've got the best in the world playing, so you don't know what you're going to get. And that's an interesting stat that Cori just said, because I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're right. The big teams have struggled against teams that are just defending. You look yesterday's game, Ecuador and Germany, and obviously Germany losing to Ecuador, no one would have predicted that.
No.
And their manager was under so much pressure. And I know it's going to change, but at the moment, that's who we are facing as it stands at this moment. And it's not who I want us to face at all, because that team just looks scary with motivation.
Yeah.
Jason, while we've got you, can you talk about your new venture for everyone, please, and who may not know about Mags and Matters?
Yeah, right. So we've set up a new podcast channel, which is not just going to be Newcastle related. It's also going to be Premier League related. So there's going to be rants on there about Premier League and general refereeing decisions and things that are happening all over different topics. But it will also be a lot about Newcastle United, which is Mags and Matters. That's why it's got that name. We've just set it up in the last 2 weeks. So TikTok page is new, Instagram is new, and we just need to get it out there, get some followers. The plan is as well to get fans on the podcast as well. So we're going to be inviting people on. So it's not just going to be us talking all of the time. Obviously, you and Cal are involved in this, and we've got 2 others. Mm-hmm. So it's all about getting the fans involved a little bit more as well. So we can invite someone different on each week or every other week. That's the sort of idea it is. But Premier League roundup.
Well, help Mags and Matters step up.
You what?
Well, help Mags and Matters step up.
That's it. It'll help us step up, and we will be able to penetrate social media a little bit better.
Speaking of that, I think a better name would have been Margs, Bargs and Slappers.
Is your takeaway not arrived yet?
No, not quite.
I mean, we'll all put in with suggestions, and Corey, I can't say that was one of the suggestions for a potential name, but who knows? Maybe it's a Mags and Matters rebrand. You might be consulted. Like you never know. You never know.
Well, if I decide to venture off myself, then that's my channel name.
You'll have to step up, mate. You'll have to step up.
Oh yeah, I just need to step up and learn how to actually calibrate how to do it.
Well, anyway, speaking of stepping up, tomorrow night we've got Panama. What's your thoughts, lads? I mean, again, I think it's very similar going into the Ghana game. I would say that I'd expect to beat them, but then again, you look at Ghana, maybe they set up the same way. Like they might be able to get a result over it. I mean, one thing I will say is that the Croatia game I thought was going to be the hardest of the games that we've had, but yet it seems to have been what might be the easiest game.
But
is what you want to say?
Going on to our Premier League team, Newcastle, England's performance reminded me a little bit of our performance against big teams and the right teams. Yes. We step up, but as soon as we play against someone that we should be beating, the performances, the mentality is, we're going to win this game, but yet they go and put a performance on like that and can't score. Harry Kane slicing a left foot. Wow, I couldn't believe that when I saw that at the end. But against big teams,
it's Harry Kane's bread and butter, isn't it? They expect them to score that.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm worried about tomorrow, because it's a team that we're expected to beat.
But I think as well, I know that we were saying that he's done the right thing by not bringing the likes of Cole Palmer and Gibbs. Well, I mean Gibbs White should have went, but Phil Foden should rightly so shouldn't have went because of his form. But would they have been the correct player to play in that game to unlock Ghana's defence? Possibly, do you think?
I don't want to look
that can do that.
Well, when I was watching the game, obviously to add on to your point about it being similar to Newcastle. Once again, we played far too wide. We played far too wide, and we were hesitant to shoot. I mean, that's like the last 60 games I've watched in Newcastle.
Well, that's it. It was typical. Because I remember watching one of the highlights. I can't remember if it was during the game or after the game, but I just saw Anthony Gordon, as per usual, hugging the touchline. And I'm like, mate, you need to be coming in closer, to support the midfield and the forward.
Yeah, but you don't know what he's been told to do.
Oh, I certainly don't. But when I look at when we saw the best of Anthony Gordon, he had Isak who would drift wide, and then that meant he could go into the middle, or he'd have somebody on the left with him to support him. But that's just not Harry Kane's game, and it's also not the game of the current crop of strikers at Newcastle. He didn't. Not I'm a big Anthony Gordon defender, but he didn't have players that would support him like he had with Isak. And whereas now he doesn't have the players that will support him. He's got to do on his own. He struggles.
Yeah, I did feel like this was more suited to a Watkins or a Tony this game more than a Harry Kane.
Well, that goes back
Possibly.
to my point as well, though, about, like I said, Cole Palmer might have been a perfect player to play in that game because he can unlock a defence. Same with Foden on his day. Gibbs White, who should have went, he would have been perfect to bring off the bench. So, in a way, I do obviously agree with Thomas Tuchel's squad selection based on form, but we haven't really got that player that can unlock a defence like that, apart from Jude Bellingham. And if Jude Bellingham's not on his game, we've got nobody to be able to.
But my only argument to that is, okay, those players weren't selected on form, so what makes you think they would have made a difference in this game if they've not been playing well?
Yeah,
I don't think we can think about the players that we haven't taken. I think it's gone now. We've had 2 games in. We've got to look at the players, the squad that he put out on that day. Jed Spence, for me, shouldn't have been playing.
No.
He shouldn't have started. I would have probably given Morgan Rogers a start over Bellingham for that game. Even Bellingham said it. He got man of the match, and he even said, like, "Why am I getting this? It should be one of the Ghana lads getting it." He said it on TV.
He did,
Yeah.
I think that says everything. Everyone gives Jude Bellingham a lot of stick, but he
sometimes rightly deserved.
Well, I don't know. I think that arrogance comes with when you get to a certain stage.
At least he can back it up.
That is true.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he is one of the best midfielders in the world. Yeah.
Obviously, I think Declan Rice had a great game. I'm bringing that up because I did get a text message during that, and if Pelusa's still listening, she sent me a message saying that she thinks he's very, very good looking, and it made me very angry during the game. But I found out who her England crush is, and it's Declan Rice. Next, she's going to be asking to wear an Arsenal shirt.
I think what I was thinking was the game the team that were finished should have been the team we started with, because the last 25 minutes will look so much better.
100%, definitely agree with that. Definitely
I would have even give Rashford a start in that one. Like, mix it up. He's took a squad that he can rotate. So why did he not rotate more? Rashford, for me, should have got a start in that game. And it wasn't because Gordon didn't play well in the first game. He did. But give some fresh legs to go and run out and bring Gordon on for the last 20 minutes. Be interesting to see what he does tomorrow, because I did... obviously, I keep up to date with the rest of his football. So obviously, I've been listening to what Big Al Shearer and Gary Lineker and Michael Richards have been saying, and they said the same. They think Gordon is the only player really that's at the biggest risk of losing his position for this game.
100%, yeah.
Which I think is duly called. Obviously, Jed Spence, I hope, isn't starting. I think we've got to go with the same back line that started the first game.
Yeah.
I could understand Jed Spence in against Ghana, though, because of how good he is defensively. And obviously, they had, forget his bloody name, Semenyo. That's Semenyo at right wing. So obviously, that's what I said. I can see it at least.
But then would it not have made more sense to play Nico O'Reilly at left back, because he actually plays with Semenyo at Man City, so he would have been able to read him better, perhaps.
I mean, obviously, he did come on later in the game, but obviously, giving Jed Spence 70 minutes and then bringing on Nico O'Reilly for the last 20, and obviously, we did play much better.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. I was scratching my head at first, but like, I think this is more of a. In hindsight, I could see it. I can see why he did it.
Guys, anyone watching as well, give us your thoughts and opinions and predictions as well. Throw them in the comments.
And I just want to say as well, Dembele's just scored an absolute screamer.
Has he?
I don't want to distract myself.
He's on a hat-trick.
Sorry, guys.
Can I just say as well, why have Norway gone with such a weakened team when they can still come top of the group?
Okay, have you not watched the build-up?
No, I haven't seen it.
Roy Keane, being Roy Keane, has said it as it is. And you know what? he's right. France are a team that we've already got as a team that are going to win the competition, potential winners. Whereas Norway, I just want to get out of the group stage, and they've done that. They're not used to knockout competition. They're not used to getting this far. So for them, it's fresh legs for that next game. They're not bothered about finishing second because their game could be Ghana, which is as it stands at the moment, I believe. That's what they were saying. But it could be obviously one of them. And it's a team that is beatable for Norway. They can beat them.
Is that if they come second? Sorry, they
Norway have just gone.
Oh, well, I mean, fair enough to be fair then. So.
So, Cal, shut up.
Immediate response to this one.
You bar stool.
Stupid ball. You're the ball stool today.
So that's why they've said. That's why they've said that. So they think it is a good stretch. So this game and the other game, what a pointless time to have on TV because Norway have put basically their reserves out. France have gone full whack. What a goal! And it's just one of those things where they're accepting being second, which
fair enough.
I think it's not a bad tactic because you're resting your star players.
Yeah, they'll go into Ghana with fresh legs. So in Norway have looked really good this tournament as well. So they're probably looking further on at the tournament where they can beat Ghana. I don't know who could they potentially play after Ghana if they win.
Not sure. I think, Colin, you might need to get your iPad for this one.
But I'll do the same.
Like,
the bracket's complicated at the minute with all the third place teams and all that.
Honestly, it's been too much of a head scratcher for us, but I'll try and find out like who England could play. Like,
I think as it stands, it's Ecuador, but if DR Congo beat Uzbekistan, I think
changed. It changed because yesterday it would have been Camp Verde, and it changed to Ecuador after the game.
And it's probably going to change tomorrow.
It's a thing; it can chop and change.
Yeah.
So it also stands as Mexico playing Scotland.
Well, Scotland are going to be out after tonight. I think if Senegal win, if Senegal beat Iraq, I think Scotland are out, which is likely. So
I was thinking about this. If we get a point, can we still top the group or at least get through?
Yeah.
I think we're through regardless.
Is it worth us doing what Norway have done and just play with B team?
I mean, surely we can still beat Panama with, like, no disrespect to Panama, but surely we could put out our so-called reserves or B team or whatever.
I'd rather have Eze Rashford, probably Saka, because he hasn't had many minutes. Watkins, I'd rather those players.
You never know when you need to call upon these players in the tournament. So if you've given them a few minutes and they've had a few minutes of a game or played the majority of a game or whatever, then I think it's always good to rotate your squad.
I think Watkins is reliable. He played really well against Netherlands in the last World Cup.
Before you go, give us 2 seconds to tell you what teams we're going to play depending on where we finish. So if we finish top of the group, we're going to either play Ecuador, Uruguay, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, or it could be possibly Austria or Algeria or Congo. Obviously, this is an article from 5 hours ago, so literally it can all change. If we finish
the third place team,
No, I'm just reading it. If we finish first, or we finish second, it's just I'm not going to read the whole article. Like, finish second, it could be Portugal or Colombia, and is it even mathematically possible for it to finish third?
Yeah, I think so. If we get beat off Panama and Ghana win, I think.
Well, it's only total like.
I don't expect to get beat. I think the worst case scenario we'll have another 0-0 draw, which obviously it'll be shit from a fan's perspective watching the game, but is it the end of the world? No.
Well, I mean, if that's the difference between, like, say we do play with a weakened team tomorrow and we don't get the result that we want, whether it's a draw. But if that means in the long term getting further on in the tournament, like, absolutely, I would take that any day. If it means getting further in the tournament, resting legs and resting players. But then again, on the other hand, you got to think about momentum. Like momentum in a tournament's important as well. So it's a hard one. I think it's hard to think the balance. I think between resting your big players for future games and also keeping the momentum up in the squad to push on and win the games. So
well, like you just said though, Rob, we could probably rotate the whole start 11, and still have a decent enough team.
We should still beat Panama with our second team. Like if we put James Trafford in goal and Dan Burn and maybe Jed Spence again, like a midfield of Kobe Mainoo, for example, like we should still beat Panama with.
I fully understand as well, Rob, what you're saying about momentum, but if there's injuries, we need like what you would call a second string to be.
I know. Well, imagine a scenario where Harry Kane gets injured tomorrow, or Jude Bellingham gets injured tomorrow against Panama. Like that'll be absolutely devastating for our tournament.
I mean, I think it'd be more devastating if Kane was to get injured versus Bellingham. To be fair,
I do agree. I think Kane's more vital to our team than Bellingham.
Yeah. So like I said, it's hard to balance between resting players that you'd rather have in later on in the tournament and not risk them getting injured or keeping the momentum. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting what TV puts out tomorrow though, because it might be a change team. I think it most likely will be.
What's your score prediction?
I'm going to say 2-0. I think it'll be another hard team to break down. But I think
to be fair, Rob, mate, that's exactly what I was going to go for. 2-0.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a hammering.
Do you two ever not hold hands in every decision that you make?
Well, to be fair, you see, look at it.
There's a lot of things we disagree on.
If the Super Six is anything to go by, me and Rob's got a decent record normally predicting football scores.
We're normally in a secret on there as well.
I'm awful. I'm one way or the other. I'm either overconfident because we've had a good result, or we're going to get beat 5-0 because we've had a shit result. I can never be a happy medium. I never ever predict 1-0 or a 0-0.
Oh, no.
It's either 5-0 defeat or 5-0 win. So on that basis, based on that last result, I'm going 0-0 again.
Jason, what's your prediction?
I'm saying 2-1, and it's going to be a late winner.
Late winner.
You think it'll be that dramatic?
Well,
that dramatic.
Wow.
I mean, I hope you're right about the win.
Do you even want me to guess who's going to score that late winner?
Go on, entertain with
Elliot Anderson.
Nice.
Interesting.
I would have said Watkins or Bellingham if we're going to score.
What's that there? Non-league lens, 3-0 comfortable win.
I don't think it'll be as comfortable as people might think.
Let people have their opinion, Rob.
I mean, people will have their opinion.
We are very reactionary on this channel.
But in a way, like potentially, we might have just been found out by Ghana there. Like, unless Tuchel's willing to learn from that and adapt these tactics if a team does play a low block up like Ghana did.
Yeah,
we might have just been found out.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I think if I was any team coming up against England, like whether it's Panama tomorrow or any team in the knockouts, I would look at Ghana as a blueprint to nullify England. I'd look at it and think, well, if Ghana can do that, then
are France or Spain going to put 10 men behind?
Oh no, definitely not. And I think we'll play better in those games. Like Jason said earlier, it's like Newcastle. Like when Newcastle come up against the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal and teams that actually come at us, we do play better. But when you've got every player behind the ball, we just can't break those teams down.
I mean, I was looking at that and thinking it was very much an Eddie Howe performance, like.
Yeah. A lot of sideways passing.
So, obviously, have you seen some of the games already that have come up? Right now, for me, the one that really stands out and I'm looking forward to watching is Holland and Morocco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a really good game. Two dog horses for me, those two.
I think I said it will watch along.
That is going to be a top game.
Holland always play like they never obviously get a result, but they always play good football, and it's always a good game to watch when Netherlands or Holland play. Same with Japan. Whenever Japan play a big team, they always do well as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think Brazil, Japan, that won't be a walkover for Brazil.
I think Japan.
Oh, that'll be a good game.
That'll be a very good
Japan.
game.
I think I'm waiting for it though.
Jason, while you're sat there checking, I seen a possibility that Argentina play Uruguay as well. Is that still
right? This is what I was going to come on to this.
Is that still on the cards? Because that would be another cracking game as well.
It is, but I believe if Uruguay win their game, it will be Spain, Argentina in round 32.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Wow, that's like a semi. That's like a final. That's like a World Cup final, semi-final fixture. Round of 32.
I did see that somewhere today on social media.
Round of 32.
Wow. Yeah,
that is crazy. Like, oh,
I couldn't even call a winner from that.
That is tasty. Jason, I might need you to be a researcher here because I feel like you're more on the ball with this than me.
Who would England potentially face in the next round?
We've just gone through that about 20 minutes ago.
well, I've got a
Jason, you'll do more deal than me. You
of a fish because I'd spend too much time.
Dembele's got his hat.
Yeah.
Right, give us a second.
Dembele's just got his hat, lads. I think what there, lads.
Thanks for spoiling the football for me. Right, so if we
on Tuesday, that's our midfield.
He's got his glasses on. He means business. Right, I thought you had your glasses on from your little screen. Never mind.
I mean that would look good, to be fair.
So we'll end up playing third place from either E, H, I, J, or K, which is Ecuador,
as it stands,
Algeria, Congo, E, H, I, J, K, J. Who's J? Algeria said that. All right, Senegal.
Oh, I wouldn't want to play Senegal.
Or
Ecuador, I think are a bit could be a bit of a hurdle. Like.
I think they're all going to be tough in their own way. I think DR Congo played well against Portugal, got a point against them.
Yeah, but I think if I was going to choose anyone, I'd want Camp Verde or Congo.
I don't know, because I don't know, because I think that could be a potential banana skin. Could be another Iceland if we don't do it. Ecuador are really good though. I think Ecuador slightly disappointed me in this tournament because of how well they did in qualifying. But I think they conceded the least amount of goals, I think, in their South American qualifying, I believe. I think. Like I said, DR Congo will be tough.
Sorry, boys.
It would just be our luck for Johan Wissa to score a hat-trick or something as well. I don't know a lot about Algeria. I think that's the only one out of those teams listed there that I know least about. I don't know if Mahrez still play for Algeria or.
I'd be surprised if he's not in the squad, mate.
As you're watching the France game, I've put the Senegal game on, and as it stands at the moment, Scotland are officially out of the World Cup.
Senegal winning.
Oh, no.
Senegal are winning 1-0 after 33 minutes, and Iraq have a red card.
Wow.
Oh, no.
So Senegal are probably going to go on to get a couple more.
So, most likely...
Interesting.
So is that Senegal up to... Is that Senegal up the conference second family?
Well, they're actually third place, seventh.
Right.
Which means Scotland dropped to 9th. Which means, guess what?
So we play Senegal.
Coming home.
Oh,
they're going home.
Keep that engine running, lads. Didn't last long.
Oh.
Apparently, the
I do
fifth
feel
Sunderland
sorry for
player
them.
to score, according to our
They didn't
friend
do enough.
Gary.
They didn't. Scotland didn't do enough at all. Like they only beat Haiti 1-0.
No, I
It was
know.
a deflected goal. That just
I
happened.
know, like the players let themselves down. To be fair, like but to be fair, like Ian Wright, like had a right go at the Scottish FA and just Scotland in general, like saying that look, it's shite. It's not good enough. Like, and I mean, like obviously we're not gonna get hourly political or all that, but to be fair, for how historic Scottish football is, for the size of the country, Scotland are underperforming as a nation.
Is it? Are they underperforming though? Like,
absolutely. When you look
at their population's one of the smallest at this tournament, and what else could you expect when they're in a group with Brazil and Morocco? Like,
just a quick one, lads. Just a quick one. Gary Whittle just commented, fifth Sunderland player to score. No one cares.
Well, I was going to say, right, I don't remember Sunderland qualifying for the World Cup myself, like, so I don't know what the fuck he's on about.
Well, he's just happy
for his talk in this pod. Keep your Sunderland stuff.
We're not talking
to be fair, some more loyalist fans, all Magnums have got to keep some more loyalist fans a little bit happy, unfortunately. But to be fair, like going back to that Scotland point, yes, they don't have the biggest population, but compared to teams around them who've got similar populations like Denmark, and yes, I know, like obviously, like it's a different like story politically and economically, like with Denmark, but again, just for the size of the clubs in Scotland, like I feel like Scotland should be doing better. Like as a nation, like obviously they're not investing well as well as they should do. I mean, you look at Qatar. I mean, literally they had no football infrastructure whatsoever. But then also they host like one World Cup, and then they've qualified for the next one. And like to be fair,
sorry, Carl, continue.
Go on, no, go on, mate.
I was just gonna say, like, not to bring up a pathetic excuse, but the likes of Qatar can build, like, they've got loads of money and they can build outdoor pitches and they can build. Scotland don't really have the weather for building 4G pitches or whatever. Like, I know,
but there's more than one way to skin a cat in this situation.
They're more of a footballing country than Qatar, though. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the Scottish FA are letting the country down because even qualification for the World Cup, like, it shouldn't have taken a country like Scotland nearly 30 years to qualify for the World Cup when you've had the likes of Iceland qualify and Bosnia, like, before they've qualified again. So I just in this current tournament, I don't know
financially worse off than Scotland and still qualify.
Yeah.
Like, so it's one of them.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And Gary makes a good point there by saying that the bigger Scottish players don't play in Scotland. Like, I don't know how much of a difference that makes, because if anything, it probably makes them better players because Scotland's not the greatest of leagues. So maybe John McGinn playing in the Premier League is a good thing for Scotland because he's actually developed into a quality midfielder.
It probably is.
Scott McTominay abroad.
Yeah.
100% it will be, but this is the issue that Scotland's now created with the fact that, like, I mean, let's be honest. You like look at the run up to the end of the season. The Scottish FA, like I'm sorry, like, to be a conspiracy theorist, but they did try and make sure Hearts did not win that league.
Yeah,
they did.
Like the second to last game of the season, that was a travesty.
They were protecting Celtic. Like, but the Scottish FA seems to protect Celtic and Rangers at all costs, and it's damaging to the Scottish game. Like,
I mean, it's no different to bloody English FA and making Arsenal win the fucking league. I'm not wrong.
There he is. He pops up.
We've seen that fucking West Ham game. That was a fucking travesty.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm in full.
But when you look at Scotland,
right for me. But
Callum's a secret Arsenal fan. I'm saying it right now. Callum loves Arsenal. Callum wants to go on Arsenal fans' TV.
No, but at least when Arsenal won the league, it was another different winner that won the league. like it's been the third different winner for the last 3 years in the Premier League. In Scotland, there's been the last time a non-Celtic or Rangers team won was 1986 or something like that. Was it Aberdeen, I think?
Aberdeen, Alex Ferguson.
That's like 35 years ago. Like 1986. However long ago that was the last time like that. Scotland needs a much more competitive league because it's just really it's boring. Like people call it a farmers league, a pub league, whatever, because it's the same teams, either Celtic or Rangers winning every single year.
And they play each other 3 times, so you're just playing the same teams more often, and you're just going to beat them. So
maybe expand the league then to 16, 18, 20 teams potentially.
I've always said it, and I'm a big fan of joining the 2 leagues with us.
Where would the start?
Well, I think obviously Rangers and Celtic do deserve to be in the Premier League to start off with.
But then you'd also have some Premier League or Championship teams that might disagree with that and say, well, how can they be put straight into the Premier League when we've spent years trying to get promoted or whatever?
The fact that they've been in the Champions League and they're in European it gives them that right to start there at least. They wouldn't last there because their football most likely is Championship football.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. But the thing is, for me, and this would be my argument if I was a Scottish club, like in Aberdeen, like a Hearts, who is round about that 3rd and 4th place. I mean, even though I was Celtic and Rangers, the main issue is going to be money. And I know for a fact some people will say, well, you're going to get more fans coming from England than you will from Scotland, which probably is true. But the Champions League money,
playing Aberdeen,
money. You what?
Imagine Plymouth playing Aberdeen.
I know, obviously it would be shit for the fans. But that's what I'm saying. Those Scottish clubs who finish around the top 4 are going to fucking kick off big sales. Well, we're losing out on European money. What money are you going to give us? To the fact we're pretty much not likely playing Europe again for at least another 15 years till we rebuild the team.
I think for me, a more Scottish teams joining the English pyramid would be controversial. So I think another idea could possibly be rebranding the League Cup and inviting Scottish teams to play in that, possibly.
Yeah, having
like a British Cup kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, the way the FA Cup originally was, basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't change the FA Cup because it's obviously the most historic cup competition in the world, but the League Cup's gone a bit a lot of people don't like obviously us as Newcastle fans love the League Cup, but possibly rebranding that to a British Cup or something like that to have those Scottish teams playing against better opposition.
The United Kingdom Cup. Great.
Yeah, something like that might be all right. Might be quite good.
Yeah, since I've got the mic right, I'm going to say something.
Yeah, it is cool.
Because you compared the Scottish FA to Qatar. Scotland doesn't have oil reserves. They might do if Stormer fucked off this net zero bollocks. But until then, that's not happening. And also, with this, it's supposed to be a World Cup podcast. Why we're talking about the fucking Scottish FA?
Because we're talking about how literally
and also
Scotland
Scotland. Well, that's fair enough. Only thing I've got to say, because I don't know much about Scottish football, is that it's funny that they're getting kicked out of the World Cup.
They're going home. Bye bye. Bye bye. Play your bagpipes on the fucking plane. Bye bye bye.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of Scottish friends. I'm really sorry, but the amount of shit that you give us, I've seen all the interviews. Would you rather win the World Cup or England win 3? I don't know if you've seen that. You have 1 World Cup, England get 3, and they've all gone, no, I'd rather us have none. I went, how immature is that?
That is tin pot.
It is tin pot. To be fair, we're going back to club football for a second, but I remember I was the Irish guy was interviewing Reading fans when we were about to play them in the Championship, and they're like, "Oh, Newcastle, like it's one of the best teams playing the championship." Like, would you rather like see Newcastle beat your points tally, but it means you get promoted, or just see Newcastle win the league with a smaller points tally, but you don't get promoted? And nearly every single Reading fan was like, "Oh, I'd rather that we keep a record." Like, and I'm like, "You'd rather keep a fucking pointless record for the fucking
not get
championship
promoted.
than get promoted to the Premier League?" And at that point, I was like, well, I don't know if that was the first home game, but I was like, "I'm done with this league. I'm done. I'm done already."
No,
like,
that's I don't understand people's answer. That sort of like. I'm trying to think of a radical question that I would rather. Like, I would rather
he's a good one for you, though.
We won the Champions League, for example. Like, I would. I don't.
He's a good one.
Mhm.
Newcastle to win the Premier League or England to win the World Cup?
Oh, Newcastle win the Premier League.
I would probably say Newcastle win the Premier League. In all fairness, as much as I would love to see England win a World Cup in my lifetime, I would much rather see Newcastle win a Premier League.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like,
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that one. I'm just curious. I was just curious to see what you would choose, but it's one of the.
I'll ask you the one that I've just thought about there, right? So, would you rather if it meant Sunderland winning the Premier League, but we win the Champions League?
Aye, crack on, lads. We'll live with the torment.
Would you take a Champions League if it meant Sunderland winning the Premier League? No. Oh, Jason, you're shaking your head. No. What? Champions of Europe?
I couldn't watch them Mackhams lift that Premier League trophy.
Yeah, but we're doing one better by doing the Champions League.
Yeah, but
in
an ideal world, sorry, Gary, I know you might.
Neither's going to happen anytime soon, but I would absolutely take a Champions League.
In an ideal world, of course, we don't want to see Sunderland win anything, but like don't get us wrong, like Champions of Europe versus like winning the Premier League. I mean, don't get us wrong, the Premier League is an amazing achievement, but like Champions Leagues don't come around very often unless you're fucking Real Madrid for some reason.
Yeah, I would take it in. I would take it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely,
you're not wrong.
I would always.
You're probably a secret Mackham.
I would always put the success of my team before anyone else's. Like, Newcastle win the Champions League, I don't care what happens after that. We win the Champions League, that's fine. I'll take it.
Like, I couldn't give a fuck what
if it meant the world end
I don't want to see them being successful.
I'll take Everton winning any trophy over England any day, but no one gives a shit about Everton. Sorry, I mean that with so much respect possible, but you're not even going to get close to a trophy anytime soon.
No. How long's it been for Everton? 1995?
We can say this now because we've had a trophy. It feels nice to be able to
what
say
a trophy.
It was probably when the last won the first division. Like, was it not like a year or two before the Premier League began?
It's got to be like 30 plus years, isn't it?
It'll be with 40 years because I'm sure they won the league in like 85 or 86.
When did Aston? I mean, before the Europa League, when did Villa last? When was their last trophy before the Europa League?
There's something like 35 years or something like that. It was a long time. No, to be fair, I do have a soft spot for Everton. I'm not going to lie. In the league, I just enjoy watching football. I do have a soft spot for Everton. Obviously, I don't like Liverpool, but anyway, back to the World Cup, boys. We're moving away from there.
I'm sorry, we just love the Prem. We just love the Prem.
Who's been your favourite team, Carl, to watch so far?
Oh,
or the best match? Match you've watched.
You know what? I mean, I don't know if it was the best match, but I was going to say Japan Netherlands.
Oh, that was a cracking game. That Jason showing the Mexican press.
To be fair, nothing against Mexico, Jason. But I don't
answer it. Answer.
I don't need to ask Jason.
But no, I don't know what it is about the Japanese, but I never expect them to do well. But then they just come out and they just have a mad game. Like,
they've got so much energy and so
Japan
much. They just they just never gave up. Like, so much energy in that team, Japan. They were great to watch. Really, really good to watch.
I mean, I will say as well though, like the Cape Verde Spain game, Christ, like honestly, like I was really crying with the fucking goalkeeper after the game.
Yeah.
And then even like yesterday, with Germany, Ecuador, was it? Like
the Ecuador stuff.
Obviously, massive shock games there, but in no particular order, they've probably been my top 3 games which I've saw. Jason, what do you say, mate, to that question? I'm gonna try and expand it. My phone's being a bit of a pain. He's hiding.
Don't even need to ask him what his favourite team's been this World Cup.
Well, he said his favourite matches, but I do think obviously it's the first ever time Mexico have won all 3 of their matches. Obviously, I've got my relations obviously with my daughter half Mexican and my partner Mexican, so it is kind of my second team. Even though it looks like we will be playing them in.
I was going to ask you that actually. So, say Mexico win their round of 32 match, and so do England.
England come
up against Mexico in Mexico.
In the Azteca,
you're gonna feel very torn between
two. No, I won't. I'll be full on England. I'll be there at I've already said this. The amount of shit that I'll be sending out as well. Messages.
But would a part of you be a little bit sad that Mexico have been knocked out at the expense of England, or not?
No, because when it comes to football, there's no feelings.
Yeah. Put them all aside.
It's about pride. Because you know why I'm saying that is because I do know that if Mexico were to beat us, all the people I know, all the friends I've got, the amount of shit that I will get, they would not feel the same way. So no.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't want it to go that way, but it does look. There is I think you said something like the probability is 85% chance
looks
this is happening. And that game is a 2:00 in the morning game.
In like I said, in Mexico as well, at the Azteca.
In the Azteca, that is going to be one horrendous. They were talking about it. Gary Lineker was talking about it because they were saying that is going to be a hostile environment if that happens.
Yeah.
So Gary Lineker talking about that on the rest of football, like.
Yeah. They had the boxing promoter on. What's his name?
Eddie Hearn.
Yes. He had Eddie Hearn on. And he said, even from a boxing perspective, if any Mexican boxer comes knocking on the door, they avoid it because if they see training Mexico City, he knows straight away they're nuts and they're just going to be. He said that on This Is Football this morning. He said they're nuts. He said they avoid it as much as possible because they are so good and they're just crazy. So he said the atmosphere that will be there. Now, I've seen the other games. Look at the way that they played in the last game against Czech. I did not call that as a 3-0 win.
Yeah.
They just played out of their skin, and they're loving it playing back home. And they've had a lot of criticism in their country coming up to the World Cup. 12 months, 18 months up to it, all the fans were actually not getting that excited.
Really?
They weren't looking forward to the
I saw some fans saying it's the worst Mexico team they've had in years.
Yes, that's exactly what was being said. Wasn't good enough, and the coach that they've brought in, it's the 3rd time he's managed them. It just felt like they were going backwards instead of forwards. But some of the lads that they're playing, what people don't know is they've kind of done what a lot of teams do now. Is there's actually, I think, 4 players that they were actually born in other countries, but they had Mexican heritage. So obviously,
I know that winger. That winger was born in Colombia, I think. Was he?
I don't think it was Colombia.
I don't know how to say his name. Begins with a Q.
Yeah, the lad he's playing in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I think he was born in some South American country, wasn't he? And then
Quieres. I think it's something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But
cracking player, him as well.
Very good player. They've also got a young lad who's from the United States.
All right.
From the US, and he chose to play for Mexico.
Yeah.
So if I was to, I think that's made a difference for them. because they've had. I say they didn't have the mentality, but I think the fans have been their 12th man.
Yeah.
And no, it'll be 2 a.m.
It's funny as well though, because in terms of Mexico, you do look at their past squads and think like when they had Giovanni Dos Santos and Jonathan Dos Santos and Rafael Marquez, like those teams haven't done what this current Mexico team have done, which is win the first 3 group games.
Oh, no, you're right.
That might have been their golden. You know more than me about Mexican football, but was that their golden generation, Jason, when they had the likes of Marquez and the Dos Santos brothers? And
yes, it was probably. Obviously,
they never did what this Mexico team have done.
And they had the goalkeeper who is there again. Ochoa is there again. Memo Ochoa. He came on as a sub just in the Czech game, just for the applause, because they don't know if he'll play at the Azteca again. I don't know if you saw the video at the end of the game.
They gave him a bit of a lift, didn't they? They picked him up and chucked him in the air and stuff. And did they?
Yeah.
He's 38, is he? Is he about 38?
I think he's 40 now, you know.
He wasn't originally selected for the team.
Was he not?
Ooh.
What happened is one of their goalkeepers, I think it was the first choice goalkeeper, got injured 3 weeks before the World Cup. So he was drafted in. He got pulled in at the last minute. Yeah,
that's got to be about 5 World Cups for him. 6 World Cups.
6. He gets one of those. There's been a fight argue because he meant to get one of those badges like Ronaldo and Messi.
Yeah. Class.
It's good to see that. I mean, literally, he was always one of my favorite goalkeepers to watch. Like, I mean, I remember when he really burst onto the scene. It was 2014, and like Newcastle were heavily linked with him, and I was good when we didn't get him to be fair.
He's a proper World Cup player as well. Like nobody hears about him for 10 months of the year, but then when the World Cup rolls around, he just turns into like prime Petr Cech or prime striker. It's like he's just a typical World Cup kind of player.
You see, they have one of their big names missing from the squad.
Who was that?
They had Chucky Lozano, who was playing in the Dutch league.
Oh, Hervin Lozano.
Yes. Well, everyone.
Why was he not? I was going to say he's played at the last couple of World Cups, hasn't he? And he scored against Germany, I think, was it?
And he's younger than most of the guys.
Why is he not there? Is he injured or just not selected?
Just didn't get selected. He didn't have a good season. That's from what I saw. And yes, the goalkeeper did do his ACL. That is correct.
Yeah.
That's why he ended up getting that call up. Brian Gutierrez. He's from the United States originally, but obviously he had his Mexican heritage. That's why he's playing for the Mexican team as well.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think.
I found him. Attack midfielder winger from another.
Newcastle were linked with him about 4 years ago.
What club's he at? What club was he at when we were linked with him?
When we were linked to him, it was
Chicago
PSV.
Fire.
All right.
Oh no!
So he's in the MLS now.
I'm talking about a different team.
Yeah. That's why he didn't get selected, because he's not playing in a. If you look at the rest of the players. The Mexican league have a very good. This is where I think they benefit, and I think other leagues have to look at it as well.
It's a massive league, isn't it? The Mexican league is huge.
They have They actually have 2 seasons in one year.
Is there 30 clubs or something like that in the top? There's a lot, isn't there?
It's only 18. 18.
I think of Argentina. Then they have like a massive top tier. Might be Argentina. I'm thinking of. I'm getting mixed up.
But each club can only have 4 or 5. Might be 5 foreign players.
All right.
So the rest have to be national players, and that's their way of forcing national talent. Yeah. And imagine that in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, if
you thought of Newcastle, like 5 foreign players in Newcastle, who would the 5 be there? Bruno Tonali. Well, not Tonali. Bruno Tonali probably. Voltemada, Chow, and then probably Botman.
No, I'd probably say Bruno Joelinton.
Is it like is it 5 players in the whole squad or on the pitch at the same time?
In the whole squad.
The whole
Indeed.
squad.
God.
Jesus Christ.
I'd have to double check that. That I'm not sure about. I think it's the whole squad.
That's 5 out of, I'm assuming, 20 or 25 players in the squad.
I mean, to be fair, I understand why it's the case though.
Yeah.
As in, it's a hard one, because I do understand the logic of it might mean you'll produce better players, but then again, it's also the Premier League, the quality of the Premier League would go down if we did limit the amount of foreign players in the league.
Yeah.
I will say that, but it's one of them where it's it would force clubs to properly invest in the youth squad. But again, it would be one of those homegrown rules where homegrown players would be allowed.
Well, if you remember when Chelsea had the transfer ban when Lampard was manager, and he was forced to play the youth, the academy players like Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, and it was a really, really good squad that he had developed and put together. You had Tomori, you had Mount, Abraham, you had all these academy players because he couldn't sign anybody, so you had no choice but to play these youngsters, and it worked out pretty well, to be honest.
So it's sorry to interrupt you. It's both English referees refereeing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw something about that.
I didn't know they were both refereeing at the same time, so it's one of our lads that's gone and sent them off.
Is it Michael Oliver?
No, Michael Oliver's doing the game that you're watching.
The France game.
And this one is Boldhead.
Anthony Taylor?
Yes.
I don't know how he got a World Cup appointment because he's a shocking ref.
I don't think he's that bad, to be fair.
I don't like Anthony Taylor. I don't like many refs. I don't want to sound like Mark from because he doesn't seem to like any of the refs either, does he? He just go, shite.
Mate, he doesn't like anyone.
No, I mean Mark, the head of NUFC 360, who
no, he doesn't
like any referee at all.
Not one referee, and even when they have a good game,
ref was shite. But no, not a fan of Anthony Taylor. Wasn't Michael Oliver meant to ref? Was it the opening game that he was meant to ref and he was injured?
Yes, It wasn't the opening game, but one of the first games he was meant to ref and he was injured. Yeah.
Reece, well, gents, I'm thinking, how about we'll wrap this up? I mean, I might end this live, but come back on because I'm just enjoying chatting with you, but it's going to be a long podcast if we don't end it soon.
Yeah. So,
well, look, we'll leave it on that note, and hopefully England step up tomorrow. Fingers crossed for 3 points, and maybe England avoid Mexico so Jason doesn't have to have too much Rick with his friends and family.
Well, I think England will win 2-1. They will penetrate the defence of Panama, and I just think that's that. I told you, it's going to be a late goal. Elliot Anderson signed for City, buzzing. He's also going to score a winning goal for England.
Fair enough. Are you going to put a bet on that, Jason, or is that just a? I think you should stick a $5 on.
It's all right. I'm already winning everything else, so I'm going to be getting another 20 points.
You know, I've been waiting for the last hour or so for you to say, what about the predictions?
I've got another 20 points coming on now. How it stands.
Do you know what? Fair play, right? I think. What did you say? Well. You've got 22 out of 24 positions correct.
Yeah. And there's going to be another 4 right now as well.
Who invited you?
I think it was you, Robson.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Right, well, on that note, gents, we'll end this live. We'll come back on, but thank you very much, Jason, Rob, Corey, if you are watching. Thank you for joining us for your second half of your Parmo. I'm going to wait this, but just left it us, Catch you in a bit, gents. See you soon.
See you later.